Marking the milestone of a new school year is a huge deal for our kids, and in today's video, I'm going to show you 7 great ideas to celebrate and commemorate the occasion. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my channel. This is Katie Fehlinger DIY. If you're new here, nice to meet you. I'm Katie, and on this channel I share all sorts of techniques, tutorials, and ideas like you'll see in this video to help you make your home your happiest place. So if that sounds good to you, consider subscribing and ring the bell to get notified when new videos drop every Thursday. So with a new school year right around the corner, and for some of you already underway, I want to share 7 fun and memorable ways to mark the milestone. Now, as parents, this can be a pretty emotional, bittersweet, or wistful time of year. It definitely is for me. But for kids, this time of year can trigger all sorts of feelings: anxiety, excitement, fear. So aside from just making memories with our kids with tradition, which I believe is hugely important in its own right, doing something special to help them feel more at ease and let them know we care can make a big difference. So I've actually used 4 of the 7 ideas I'm going to show you today, and they were really nice ways to help us all ease into the school year. Okay, let's get into it. Idea number 1, the first day of school interview. I did this with my twin daughters last year, and the answers to my interview questions were just adorable. So it's sort of an all about me type of an interview. The idea is to keep the questions the same and ask them every year at the end of the first day of school. Now, some of the questions are pretty basic, like who their teachers are, what grade they're in, what school they're attending, and a list of their favorite things. But others get a little deeper. Things like favorite thing about myself, when I grow up I want to be such and such, or I am most excited about ... And of course their name is on here, but I like this phrasing, how I write my name. So it pulls in the idea that this is a moment in their childhood and will evolve as they grow. Now, you can probably guess that the answers kids give on something like this are super adorable. So one of my daughters said that when she grew up, she wanted to be a tiger last year. And the other one said that her favorite thing about herself was brushing her teeth. So you're gonna get some really cute and adorable responses, which just make you laugh. Now, one thing I would highly suggest is making sure your child is in the right mindset and attentive when you ask these questions, because truth be told, last year's interview took close to a week worth of catching my kids at the right time to make sure they were actively participating in the discussion. So kids get distracted, so feel free to just stretch this out over a couple of days. Okay, idea number 2 is actually a twofer, and it's all about taking pictures to commemorate the day. Now, lots of parents take pictures on the first day of school. That's nothing new, but you can jazz this up in some pretty cool ways. First, you could make some sort of a sign indicating it's the first day of whichever grade your child is in. And last year, I actually used a chalkboard easel and had my girls sit next to it. You need not get fancy here, but you can purchase a special sign. They're all over Etsy, and you could craft your own. Heck, you could just take a Sharpie to a piece of printer paper. But this is such a nice thing to look back on over time. So I'll be using this chalkboard sign with my kids this year, and I did make it myself. Now, if you want to learn how I did it, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to get notified, because I'm going to show you 2 different ways to make a chalkboard sign next week. But back to our back to school ideas. So the other fun tradition that I started last year was to take pictures of my girls in custom t-shirts. So the idea is that you get the adult size of what you think your eventual high school senior will likely fit into, and then customize it with their class year and school colors of the high school they'll likely graduate from. Now, I have to tell you, it was a bittersweet thing to put these class of 2033 tees on these little blondies last year. But as each year passes, you take a picture of your growing babes in the same t-shirt, and then you watch them grow in it over the years. I mean, how precious is that? Okay, idea number 3 is a little less emotional for us parents. Throw a party. More specifically, a school year's eve party. So the evening before their first day of preschool, I treated my girls to a very basic bash with just our family. So this was pretty easy to throw together. I just did our regular dinner, added some store-bought sweets, and made it special simply with some cute space-themed party supplies from Target. So I got some party hats and balloons, and then I decorated our breakfast nook with this banner because it worked for the message, "Have a blast," and then supplemented with spaceship paper plates and napkins. And this is also a really great time to talk with your kids about any nerves that they might be feeling and get everyone set for their big day. So what are we thinking so far, guys? Let me know in the comments if you're liking these ideas. Just write the word like down below, or actually hit the like button to let me know. Your comments and your feedback are actually really helpful for me to gauge whether certain videos are working for you and if I should make more like them. Okay, moving on to idea number 4. Now, this is something I plan to start up this year, and that's putting notes in my kids' lunchboxes. So my daughters are only going to be 4 when they go to school this year, so they can't read yet. However, they're definitely old enough to recognize letters, and they can recognize their own names and the word mom. So my plan is to teach them the words I love you before they start school so they can actually recognize the words in their lunchbox when they open it. So this is a really simple gesture that I think can mean so much. Even if you just do it on their first day before big tests or important events, you certainly don't have to commit to the whole year, but I do think a little note or a joke like that can tighten your bond with your kids. On to idea number 5. Another note, but this time we're getting our hands a little dirty. Why not send a good luck message to your kids using SIDEWALK chalk? You could just write out a simple good luck, whatever your child's name is, or you can, of course, get uber fancy and make elaborate drawings, whatever your heart desires and your schedule makes time for, I say. But imagine your kid's face walking out the front door to see a special message like that. So sweet. And another oh so good photo op. And the bonus here, of course, is that making a sweet gesture like this for your child would at least help to ease or distract from any school day nerves. Moving on to idea number 6. Surprise your child with some custom gear. Now, I don't know about you, but I loved back to school shopping, mainly for the clothes as I got older, but I've always loved school supplies. And mini tangent here, were any of you as excited as I always was about freshly sharpened pencils and brand new blank notebooks? Maybe it was just the metaphor for the fresh start of a new year, like it was always a clean slate from which to start, I don't know. And all my 80s kids, please tell me you were as into the Trapper Keeper and Lisa Frank school supplies as I was. Shout it out in the comments. If that thread turns into all of us just regressing to one of the best decades ever, I am here for it. Okay, but back to the future. Kids always need so much stuff to get their school year off to a successful start. They need their notebooks, their pencils, all of it. So you could surprise them with a special monogrammed lunchbox or a water bottle, even a backpack. You really can customize anything these days. And guys, speaking of, knowing just from experience how much stuff our kids accumulate, it's helpful to have some system to organize it all. And I do have a video all about toy organization, so if you're interested in checking that out, I will link it up here and then also below in the description. And finally, idea number 7. I love this idea, especially if you have a little guy or a gal who might be nervous or maybe just less than excited about going back to school. You can create a countdown leading up to their first day. So you can do this in a bunch of ways. First off, just choose how many days you want to count down. That's totally up to you. A week, several weeks, even just the hours, the day before, whatever. It'll really just depend how much effort you want to put in and how big of a deal that you want to make it, really. But this could really help build the anticipation of the first big day back to school. And then there are tons of ways you could set it up. So something really easy that even your littler kids might want to help with would be a paper chain with strips of paper strung together. You could do a sticker chart where you put a sticker on each day. And then as you mark each day, whether you're ripping a link off the paper chain or placing a sticker, use that time as an excuse to ask your child what they're most excited about for the new year, or give them a mini pep talk if they're feeling nervous. So there are lots of ways to do it, and I am a big fan of just the countdown in general, whether it's for back to school, leading up to vacation, or a holiday. And I actually have a bunch of other ideas swirling around in my head of how you could set up your own. So let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in having me put together a video with more ideas like this. So now you have 7 cool ideas to help you make the first day of school extra special for your kiddos and you. And again, if you like this video, please let me know by hitting the like button, subscribe, and share this with your creative friends. You can also ring the bell to get notified when new videos go up every Thursday. And question for you, just one more. Are you going to try any of these first day of school ideas with your kids? Let me know in the comments which one and also how you're going to customize it. Meanwhile, if scrolling through Pinterest feels like therapy to you, then you need to join the more than 1,200 people that are already a part of my creator community. It's where we DIY junkies unite, and I share content that's exclusive to that group. So there's a link in the description if you want to sign up for that. And also in between videos, please stay in touch with me. I'm on all the social platforms. They're all listed below as well, and I always love hearing from you. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Keep creating your happy place, and I'll see you next Thursday. Okay. To help celebrate, that's not a word. I finally got a fan in here. This is a predicament. As parent. Last year was to say, as my hair curls from the underside out. Well, that got off to a really bad start.